Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Today's video, we will go through challenges in recruitment and selection process and empirical study research. It covers analysis of the recruitment and selection process, research into candidate attribution reaction theory, analysis of key elements of recruitment and selection process, and finally conclusions, discussions, and recommendations. In today's highly competitive environment, organizations have started to pay more attention to the recruitment and selection process as employees form their main assets. Previous studies on the recruitment and selection process have been performed mainly to study the performance of the employees and the criteria attracting the right talent, leading to employee retention and organizational efficiency. The distinction of this research is that it studies the existing recruitment and selection process adopted by tertiary and dual education sectors in both urban and regional areas within Australia. The purpose of this research is to conduct an empirical study to identify the critical aspects of the employee selection process that can influence decision based on different perspectives of the participants, such as hiring members, successful applicants, as well as unsuccessful applicants. Various factors such as feedback provision, interview panel participation and preparation, relevance of interview questions, duration and bias were analyzed and their correlations were studied to gain insight into providing suitable recommendations for enhancing the process. Recruitment and selection process is the important functions of human resources management within any organization. It makes the assets for company with collection of the effective applicants whose skill set are a match and perfect for vacant jobs. It is practiced in different companies and also marks the significant development of HRM process. According to the article's data, numerous channels are used for recruitment and selection process. Therefore, diverse perspectives and dimensions are included for better learning. There is a link between the performance rate of the hired candidates and the candidates who were chosen. By providing interviewers with the proper training, the recruitment and selection process may be developed, increasing the likelihood that the correct applicants will be found. To locate the best applicants, the recruitment and selection process involves a number of processes and operates as a team. Finding the ideal candidate or individual and choosing that candidate are where the process mostly begins. Finding the best applicant is made easier by entire process, which also includes job orders from various clients. Looking at the study background, the study offers insights on better applicant evaluation based on their own experiences. It mostly creates the qualitative design when mixed approaches are present collectively. The study of the possibilities for selection process improvement makes a significant contribution from crucial elements of the selection process. The study primarily uses the convergent parallel design method, and data is collected from both quantitative and qualitative sets, with simultaneous interpretations to provide a more thorough and specific knowledge. Based on the research questions, it sets the responses. Both probability-based and non-probability sampling strategies are covered in this article. The study used the stratified sampling method helps to bring known participant characteristics to light. Finding better human resources professionals and executives who represent the relevant subject matter is aided by such considerations. The AART-based methodology is mostly used to build this content. The research mostly deals with environments that have more candidates. The multidimensional improvement measures have also been devised by the researcher. There is consideration of personal experiences in the study. Here, the participants are basically asked to share their various viewpoints about the selected applications. Many other pieces of information gathered from various individuals are used. Effective contemplation of choosing the interview experience by considering multiple organizations is indicated. In this study, the survey method is used to carry out the investigation. Questions regarding various hiring members have been asked as part of the survey process. Over the core questions, it considers the aspects of correlating the responses of the various participants. In the hiring process, it is important to make significant improvements and use hypothesis statements that consider important factors. Quantitative analysis is related in the survey questions, which are related to recruiting decision makers and applicants. Which brings me to the analysis of critical aspects of recruitment and selection process of the study. There are settings for training competence when employing members are taken into consideration. The recruitment management system is not being used appropriately, and only 31% of the respondents thought that some candidates comprehended the online application process for the system. There is a good chance that the value, which is primarily set at 31%, will turn out to be less than how the process is depicted. Following the interview selection procedure, the candidate feedback is determined. It mostly discusses the hiring process and offers very thorough feedback on each interviewee. The candidates ask for the feedback on how they performed during the interview. The hiring committee members generally reply that they have all participated in organized interview process. It mostly provides various feedback on the entire procedure. The conventional organization's procedure flexibility do not guarantee that all applicants will receive feedback. Bringing us to the final part of the study: findings, discussion, recommendations, and conclusion. The major goal of performing the Pearson's chi-square test is to establish the provision of thorough feedback. There are unsuccessful candidates listed in the crucial step of choosing a qualified individual. Additionally, it proves that there is a weak negative correlation between improvement and feedback. Mostly, it could mean that they're not using the feedback the right way. Effective interviewing relies upon the ability of the interviewer team to obtain factual and intangible details related to the applicant and use the information obtained in a well-synthesized manner. The skills required for successful job interviews include knowledge on the job description and detailed information of the interview questions that are appropriate and legally abiding. Basically, it is a must to go well prepared with the right questions into an interview when you're trying to get critical information from your candidate. The recruitment and selection processes are quite deliberate and aid in fostering commitment. It was geared on improving the hiring process. There is a significant amount of reliance when it comes to approaching the KSC with applicants and relying on the employment of members. Findings primarily highlight the significant and valuable contributions of knowledge pertaining to the hiring process. Additionally, it covers the process of hiring new employees as well as talent acquisition, and it's tailored to the situation of regional campuses. Having that said, recommendations are involved in the development of recruiting and selection process in the appropriate environment. The development of the hiring and selection process is aided by the absence of conflict of interest. In conclusion, the hiring and selection process involves important strategic measures that have an impact on organizational operations. It develops the meeting and portrayal of maturity in attracting and employing the suitable talent and is a component of HRM practices. The findings are presented solely as a result of the insights of employees who participated in the VTA selection process rather than evidence over a period of time. The paper is an outcome of the first phase of the ongoing research investigations and would extend further to discuss the dominant factors based on the critical aspects of the employee selection process identified in the study. Future work will use exploratory factor analysis for identifying the dominant factors that could contribute towards improving the employee selection process. Full list of our sources and references are available at the link. Thank you for your time and attention.